Yeah, another day. Alright, I'm doing this one today about Africans. Alright, the other day I had some little African dude run up on me talking a whole lot of gangster shit. African niggas is funny as hell because they be right acting like they really tribal warriors and shit, right? And this is keeping it 100. I did the math on Africa. My ancestors and a lot of other black folk ancestors was kidnapped from Africa. Whether the tribes had beef or whatever, and they were sold off or traded off to the Europeans for goods. Whether it be cologne, soaps, whatever they had, whatever the Europeans had. And eventually the Europeans fell in love with slaves so much. Slaves was worth more than gold. Nobody don't tell that side of the story. Slaves is worth more than anything. Any European, anybody on this planet, slaves is worth a lot. And these white folks said, well, fuck it. Why we gotta pay these trade with these African folks? Let's just take the continent. And they went and they divided it. They went into these different places in Africa and renamed it and named it places that wasn't even sectioned off. They sectioned it off and they gridded it out. And they named the different places, and then the different tribes, they turned different tribes against each other. They torture people. And even when black folks finally gained their freedom, they went into Africa and put a lot of these African countries or whatnot, they put them into slavery. They did all of the things that they learned from slavery. They did it to them. They broke them. They brought them to heel, as I want to be president lady said. And now these folks that you see, I call them Halfafricans, because the people who didn't get broken, the people who said, well, we're not gonna subscribe to the Europeans' way of life, we're not gonna subscribe to the Europeans' mindset. We don't care about money. Those folks still live in the wilderness. They still, right now, you go on YouTube right now, there's people living in the wilderness. They don't care nothing about money. They don't care about no cell phones. Ain't no car gonna turn them into no tribal warrior. Ain't no, none of that. They don't care about finance. They don't care about none of this stuff that's been presented as something of value coming from these European folks who conquered them and took their land. So like I said, I call them Halfafricans. They walking around beating on the chest, acting like they better than somebody. They not. You're not. I'm telling you straight and down, man. I don't know. If all that venom that I seen this one little African dude run up on me with, why you not back in Africa with the people who took your land? Yeah, you such of a tribal warrior. What you doing here? Why you in America? Your continent, your land has been stolen from your people, just as it was with these half-Indian people running around here. And I call them half-Indians because now they subscribe to what the Europeans said was the new game, was the new way to survive, and they subscribe to it. I don't care how Billy Badass you think you is or tough you is. If somebody else show up, and this is with any man, anybody else show up and tell you, yo, this how it is. This how you gotta live. This how you gotta survive. And you subscribe to that. You could go to Latin America, anywhere. There's indigenous people right now living in the jungles. They not subscribing to what the Europeans said. Oh, this is how you gotta live. This is how you gotta survive. I'm here. I've picked up different information, a piece of knowledge or information, and I'm intelligent enough, I'm sophisticated enough to step back and dissect and pick and choose what I want and what I need from this place. You got people stockpiling money. Money is not real. People don't stockpile money so much they can't even physically have the amount of money that they supposedly have on hand. They got to have it on computer. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. Don't get me wrong. That's your physical power you got here. Cool. I understand that aspect of it. That's the game. That's what we live in. What I'm saying here is when you get so consumed by it and you don't analyze exactly what you living in, you don't analyze exactly what the circumstances is or the consequences or repercussions of accepting somebody else's lifestyle, accepting somebody else's terms. Yeah, they could easily rig the game because it's theirs. You know, like I said, I used to be one of the people that wanted to see shit change for poor folks. Poor folks showed they ass to me on all levels. All nationality of poor folks showed they ass to me because they like entertainers, or they have a infatuation with entertainers, or this entertainment lifestyle. And I gotta say, man, you know, it's pretty amazing that you would think that these entertaining people got more love for you than they do for me. Like they wouldn't do the same thing to you or your family, you know. But not to get sidetracked, this is just going out to the Halfafricans.